are having a pork rump roast for dinner. Hopefully it will shred into pulled pork, and if it doesn't, we'll just have slices. It'll be delicious no matter what. We got this from our butcher last winter, I think. We bought a half a pig. So you're just gonna slide it in there, and now we're gonna season. Seasonings for this rump roast will be salt, pepper, garlic, onion powder, rosemary, some smoked paprika, and some rubbed sage. We're gonna season both sides of this, and then we will turn it on high for 2 hours. After 2 hours, we'll turn it on low and let it cook until dinner time at 5 o'clock. And it is 9:20 a.m. right now, if you want to do the math. I'm adding my seasonings to the bottom first. And I always season the bottom heavier than the top, because when you do this, a lot of juices and stuff come out into the crock pot, and I want that all to be seasoned well so the flavors can soak right into your meat, and it'll be so delicious.
Oh boy.
Why can't I go before I lose my cool? I love you even if it's difficult. Don't worry just because I need to leave. Don't mean I'm sick of us, of you and me. I'm just not good at showing sympathy. Give me a break. I'm not angry anymore, just a little bit.
Oh boy.
I know you're making up the truth. Why can't I go before I lose my cool? I love you even if it's difficult. Don't worry just because I need to leave. Don't mean I'm sick of us, of you and me. I'm just not good at showing sympathy. Give me a break. I'm not angry anymore, just a little bit let down. I'm not angry anymore, just a little upset now.
Turn it to high, set a timer for 2 hours. 2 hours, you need to come back and turn it down to low and leave it that way until dinner time, which for us is at 5 p.m. Let's put these away. Here's our roast, all seasoned up and in the crock pot. Yours will look however it should with the seasonings that your family chooses. We're done in the kitchen. We have dinner going. We are going to head outside before it gets too hot. It is 10 to 10 and it's going to be a scorcher tomorrow, which means it's going to be about 90 today. I don't know what the humidity is going to be at, but I want to get out there early. I've already taken care of the dogs and the goats and all my chores in the house. Now we need to go weed the garden. I planted I bought a canister of like wild flower seeds in the spring, early spring, like March, and sprinkled it out there, but they didn't grow. Instead, we had a freeze. I'm sure it killed all the seeds, and now I have a garden full of weeds, and they're like hip high. Definitely not the flowers I planted. So now that I have that figured out, I'm gonna go outside. I want to get some gloves, and we're gonna go outside and we're gonna pull these. There's a couple spots where I see some poison ivy, so I want to be really careful with that. I don't have access to the wagon or the wheelbarrow. They're both in the shed, and my husband has the keys. So we're just gonna make piles in the yard, and then maybe he'll help me when he gets home. I don't know. Hopefully he will. All right, you guys, let's go outside. All right, now that we're outside, I'm just gonna show you. It's embarrassing. So I planted wildflower seeds, and this is what I got. I'm pretty sure that frost killed them in March, but it's so weird that weeds grew up everywhere that I planted wildflowers. So we are going, oh, and those, I don't know what that is right there. That's a weird, it looks very pokey and mean. I don't know what it is, but we'll be getting rid of those too. These are, I don't know. It's so sad. So let's see what we can get done today. Okay, that's the start. I'm gonna go ahead and it's hot, I'm sweating. I'm gonna do some more, and then I'll show you what it looks like when I give up because of the heat. It's hot, my glasses are soaking wet, my shirt's wet, I'm drenched. So let me show you what I've done. Okay, this is the left side of the sidewalk porch thing area. I cleared all that out. There's my pile. All the way back here. And then I did the same with this side. Cleared out just the curve right here. I trimmed back the rose bush also because it was hanging out over the sidewalk. So that's what I'm able to get done today. I don't know when I'll be back because we have an extreme heat warning for tomorrow. So we'll see. Okay, friends, today's the next day. I just got back from the bank. I lost my bank card in the house somewhere. I don't know where it's at, so I had to go pick up a new one. And then I have an MRI for my knee in 2 days. I hurt myself back in March. Luckily, nothing was broken as far as I know. I did go to the ER and then my doctor's office, and I saw nurse practitioners at both, and they were both just concerned about my ankle and foot, but my knee isn't right. There's something really wrong with it. I can't bend it without it hurting really bad, and it feels really weak when I am walking, like I feel like it's gonna give out. So I have an MRI today, and then tomorrow I have an appointment with my surgeon, find out if I have to have surgery or what is going on. My doctor at my doctor's office thinks I need to have surgery. He said that I tore it, but he didn't say what it was. I didn't ask because I was flabbergasted, I think, that I have to, he said I have to have surgery. And I was just shocked. Like, I've been trying to get better for 4 months and I'm not getting better. And so when he said that, I was shocked. I was flabbergasted. Like, I didn't know what to say. And I was by myself. My husband was working. So it was pretty scary. That was last week. And so my appointment for my MRI is today, like I said, and I'm going to get that taken care of. I'll see the surgeon tomorrow, and then I see physical therapy after the weekend. I'll see physical therapy on Monday. If I have to have surgery on my knee, I don't know what's going to happen. I might be gone for a little while, but I'll let you know. I'll come back. Actually, after my appointment with my surgeon tomorrow, I will come back and let you guys know what he says. Hi, friends. It's the next day. So, back in March, when my son came home from South Korea, I hurt myself on my four-wheeler. We were riding at the creek up here, and I tried to go up a really steep hill with like motor dirt bike ruts in it, and I kind of got stuck, and I used my foot to try to push myself up while I pushed on the gas, and don't do that. The tread on the tire grabbed the back of my shoe and pulled me under my bike. And then the front wheel was sitting on my knee, the back wheel was sitting on my foot, but my foot was like turned up even though my leg was facing down. So to the ER, and they gave me a boot. They were focused on my ankle and my foot, which unfortunately left my knee out of the equation. Doctor's office, and I saw a nurse practitioner, and she was worried about my ankle and give me a referral for physical therapy, but I was leaving to drive across country with my son to his new duty station. And then after that, I had a wedding. My sister's wedding was in May, so I've been busy. I don't know what I've done since I got back. I'm probably just recovering and trying to let my knee heal. It's been 4 months, so it's not getting better. I finally went and saw my doctor, who is actually a doctor. And when I told him my symptoms, that my knee is very weak and it feels very strange when I try to bend it. It hurts, and there's a muscle in my thigh that feels very out of place. I don't know. I think I tore a muscle on my knee or a tendon maybe, and that released my muscle up into my thigh. Kind of like when you, not when you, but when usually men hurt their bicep and they tear the bicep tendon and it rolls up into their arm, like from lifting heavy things like TVs or pianos or whatever. I've seen when I worked in orthopedics, we had patients too the whole time I worked there that did that. But anyway, I think I kind of did something like that to my knee. So it hurts. It's trashed. It feels very weak and unstable. It hurts, and like sharp pains, throbbing pains, aching. I still, after all this time, have all of those pains. And it's swelling up at night to where I can't bend it at all. It's so frustrating. Yesterday I was out in the garden weeding, and by, I don't know, 5 o'clock yesterday, I couldn't. I couldn't do anything. My knee was done. So I iced it for about 40 minutes, and then just kept it elevated, not above my heart, but up off the floor, so it wasn't just hanging in front of me in my chair. But yeah, I'm nervous about this MRI. I don't know if I have one injury or multiple injuries. Okay, so I just got back from my physical therapy appointment, my first appointment, and I had my initial appointment with my surgeon on Friday. Today is Monday. So that appointment didn't go very well with my surgeon. He was in a rush, and he was rude. I didn't like him at all. But I went and saw my physical therapist this morning, and she listened to me like he wouldn't. And she eased my fears with my knee surgery. And I think I'm going to go ahead and give this surgeon a chance, even though seriously my gut is telling me run, like find a different surgeon. He was so rough and so rude and so rushed that I felt like just a piece of meat sitting on a chopping block. It was terrible. I was crying. He hurt me. It was not a good appointment. so I've been thinking about that a lot. And, you know, you have to advocate for yourself. Nobody else is going to stand up for you. And I've learned that with my children, you know, as they were growing up, you have to advocate for your children. And so I did. They're adults now. So just as much as you have to advocate for your children, your elderly parents, as they age in this medical system, you also have to advocate for yourself. That is my biggest piece of advice right now. You have to advocate for yourself. Don't, just because it's a doctor doesn't mean they're always right. They know a lot, but they don't know everything. I do have, as part of my knee injury, the top of my knee above my kneecap is also injured, and they completely ignored that portion of my injury. So my physical therapist she reassured me that I am in fact feeling what I think I'm feeling. And so I think I'm gonna go ahead and just follow her advice. She said I could find another doctor if I wanted to, and I could still come to her for physical therapy because they're so close to my house. It's 15 minutes away. But I think I'm going to go ahead and give this doctor another chance. She said she's been there for 4 years, and she's never heard anything like what I told her had happened to me from that doctor before. So she was very shocked and surprised. So I'm thinking, because my appointment was running behind, I was seen 30 minutes after my appointment for a new patient and the first appointment of the day. So he obviously was having a bad morning. He got into clinic late, but that doesn't mean he can still treat me the way he treated me. So my biggest piece of advice right now is go with your gut and advocate for yourself. Because she told me that she's never heard anything bad about my surgeon before, I'm going to trust her, and I'm going to go ahead and let this doctor cut on me. I am extremely nervous. I'm really scared about recovery. I know it's just a meniscal tear based off of the MRI, but I do have an injury above my kneecap where my muscle is balled up like a little fist right here under the skin. And so she wants me to work on stretching and regaining mobility in my knee, because my injury was almost 5 months ago. It's been over 4 months. So I have 3 pages worth of exercises. She wants me to do twice a day until I see her again, which will be the Monday after my surgery. And then I'll go twice a week in the evenings after work and everything. But yeah, I'm nervous. I'm just nervous. So stick with your gut. Just do whatever your gut tells you to do. I am going to go ahead and get this surgery by that surgeon and hope and pray that everything goes well, and hope and pray that the physical therapy and the stretching fix whatever is wrong with my muscle. She did say that there's probably a small tear in that muscle. It's the VMO, I think is what it's called. No, what is it called? Medial I can't remember. There's 3 muscles in your knee. The one that is hurting and I think is torn is the one that is very medial. It's on the inside of your knee, because they connect at the top of your kneecap, kind of like this. And so if this was the inside of my leg, this would be the muscle that I think I damaged in that accident on my 4-wheeler. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and close out here. I thank you so much for joining me and for listening to everything that I'm going through. I appreciate it so much. I will be coming back with another video for next week. But after that, I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm not sure what recovery is going to be like. I'm not sure what my pain is going to be at. And so hopefully my pain levels aren't as high as I've heard they can be. So we'll see. I also found out today that if you do surgery and remove part of the meniscus, which we're going to have to do because of how I injured myself, that it increases the chance of having to have a total knee replacement. I didn't know that. I learned that today from my mom. Anyway, thank you. I appreciate you more than ever. Please make sure you subscribe and hit the like button for me too.